Good morning. It's time for another review. This time I'm actually going to do something a little bit different. It's not a book review, it's not a movie review or anything like that. This is actually going to be my first video game review. Normally, with video games, I have a bit of a checkered past in that I suck at video games. Although it doesn't stop me from actually enjoying them, which is good. But, there we go. What I'm actually going to be reviewing today is a game I really did not expect to like. I'm going to be reviewing Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. I did not enjoy the previous Metal Gear Solid games. I'll admit I never played Metal Gear Solid 3, which I'm actually looking forward to go back and trying this time. But I didn't like Metal Gear Solid 1 or 2 or 4. Now that's mainly because when it comes to stealth gameplay and anything like that, you take the amount that I normally suck at video games and you exponentially increase that by 50, and that is the sound of me clomping stupidly through some sort of battlefield trying to be quiet. It doesn't really work, and I usually get shot. But there we go. But I always love the story of Metal Gear Solid. It's very complex, breaks the fourth wall magnificently, which I always love. So even though I never actually enjoyed the old games, I always understood why they were important in terms of redefining gameplay, innovating, and that sort of thing. So again, it's one of these things. Anybody with half a brain, even if you don't actually like it yourself, you appreciate why others enjoy it. And that's very much where I was with Metal Gear Solid. Until about a month ago when I heard that Metal Gear Solid 5 was going to be built around open worlds, and then I started to get a bit excited because I've always loved sort of open world games. Games that let you approach things in your own way, plan out what you're going to do and then enact it, and then inevitably when it goes completely wrong, having to then figure some way out of it. And that's exactly what Metal Gear Solid 5 does, and it does it better than any game that I can actually recall. You completely plan ahead what you're going to do. The enemy will actually work around you sometimes. Like if they see you sneaking in to the same place multiple times, they'll start laying mines down there. If they see you, they'll start laying down mortar fire. They'll start sending out snipers. All that sort of thing. So the game completely adapts to how you play. So sometimes you can work around that. You can use that to your advantage sometimes. I've done that plenty of times in that I've known they've laid mines out for me, so I've then lured them into the minefields and shot them. So bang, there you go, through your own mines. But it's a very, very clever game. It completely works around you. I've clocked what's vastly approaching 80 hours at it, which is the first time I've spent that amount of time in a game since Skyrim. Because I've really been getting a bit disenchanted with video games recently, but Metal Gear Solid 5 has definitely improved that for me. It's the first game that I've really enjoyed in a long, long time, and it's the first game that I'm continuing to enjoy playing, and I'm not just playing it for the sake of, oh, I just want to get this finished. I'm playing it because I still enjoy it 80 hours in, and that is something that is absolutely justifying the £60 price tag for it. I mean, I did think that is a bit steep, but then I actually got into it and realised this is actually a good game. 80 hours later, I'm still thinking this is a great game, and I'm still absolutely happy that I did spend the money on that instead of Mad Max. But the thing is, there's a couple of bad things to it. There are a couple of difficulty spikes in the story, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I can see why they're there. So as much as, yes, they are irritating, it doesn't completely ruin the game for you. Also as well, there are a couple of graphical glitches, but nothing hugely major. There's a couple of bits of screen tear, there's some bits of slowdown, but stuff that I've only seen about 4 or 5 times in the 80 hours that I've been playing. So you equate that to sort of how many times the average gamer's going to see it. It's not happening that often. A heck of a lot less glitches than your average game that's being shipped, especially by EA. Anybody who's ever played an EA game in the last 2 years will know exactly what I am talking about. But overall, I'm going to give Metal Gear Solid 5 10 out of 10. It's absolutely spectacular, and if I can't give that 10 out of 10, I can't think what I would give 10 out of 10 to. In reality, it's definitely the best game I've played so far this year. It would definitely be on my top list for best games I've played ever, and it would very much be in contention for possibly my favourite game ever. It's not something that I've sort of sat and thought out and tried to work out, but it would definitely be something that's in contendership for it. Next game I'm going to be playing is actually Mad Max. I've rented it. It's been sitting in my disc tray for a week, and it's been getting neglected because of Metal Gear Solid 5. So I'm going to push myself to play Mad Max. Hopefully I'll enjoy that one as well. But yeah, hopefully check back soon, and thank you for watching.